The neat suburban house had its sunlit windows ablaze with warmth and light. The house was decorated in a myriad of colors to denote some sort of celebration. Outside the front door of the house, a young child stood, Timmy, bouncing from one foot to another. Timmy was dressed up as a brave knight with a shiny cardboard shield and helmet, and his face shone bright with excitement. In his small hands, he clutched a big, round pumpkin. Mom watched Timmy from the doorway with a warm smile, her eyes full of love as she waved her hand. "Have fun, Timmy," she called out joyfully. Timmy nodded quickly and skipped down the porch steps. Cheerful music was playing inside the house, softly, while the living room became orange, green, and warm yellows. More pumpkins sat in the middle of the table in the room, each with a different fun or spooky face on it. Timmy came in, his eyes wide with wonder. He carefully placed his pumpkin on the table and looked at Mom with a bright smile. "Look, Mom, another pumpkin." Timmy's voice was full of pride. Mom joined him and gave him a big hug. "It's wonderful, Timmy. Let's add some glitter to it." Shining glitter fell on the pumpkin as they sprinkled it together, and their faces lit up with joy. Soon, the pumpkin glittered like Timmy's eyes. Then the two laughed and clapped in admiration at what they had made. Timmy picked up a small toy crab, which reminded him of sunny days spent at the beach. He burst into a fit of giggles and showed it to Mom, pointing excitedly. "Hey, Mom, remember our day out on the beach?" asked Timmy, beaming. Mom smiled and nodded. "Of course I do. It was so much fun." They continued with the toy crab for quite some time, speaking of going back to the beach, making sandcastles in the warm sun. Being together was always filled with such little adventures. Finally, Timmy found another pumpkin and a little toy knight. He placed the pumpkin on a shelf and set the toy knight beside it. Looking at his arrangement, a wave of happiness washed over him. Mom stood by, watching him with a loving smile. In that moment, the whole room seemed to shine with the joy they felt. Timmy ran to Mommy, and they had a big, warm hug. They stood there for a while. The sun was setting lower and lower in the sky, and golden rays came through the window. The day was full of laughter, creativity, and love. And as Timmy looked around their beautifully decorated home, he knew that every day could be a grand adventure when shared with those you love.